Hi, welcome to educator.com, and we have another lesson today in Adobe Illustrator CS6, and today we're going to talk about symbols. So let's get right into it, shall we? So there are various tools we can use once we create a symbol. It's the sprayer tool, the shifter tool, the scruncher, the sizer, the spinner, the stainer, the screener, the styler, and 9-slice. So as you can see, most of these things begin with an S. So you got symbols, and symbols begin with S. So let's see how many S words we can come with throughout the course of this lesson. Okay. Let's get our little objects here. So first, let's create a symbol. And let's group this. Make our little apple a symbol here. So let's go to symbol. So there's two ways to create a symbol. One, you can go here, new symbol, or you can just drag it. And the same dialog would come up if I had clicked new symbol. So I'll just name this apple. And none of the other things you really have to worry about, because movie clip refers to a flash. So if you're just using this Illustrator, you don't have to worry about changing any of this. A registration either. If just for some reason you want to change the registration mark to a corner, do it. But basically you can leave everything here, as is. Okay, so just click OK, and you're done. So here's my symbol right here. And also, this became a symbol, but you can see now it's no longer a path. There's no anchor points or anything. So this is called the instance of a symbol. So the symbol is in the symbol palette, and the instance of the symbol is what you put on your artboard or stage, as it may be. So now, once you have a symbol, you can do quite a bit with it, and that's from the symbolism tools that are available. So you see on the drop-down menu, these are all the ones that we have. So let's say use the sprayer tool, and I'll start spraying the symbols. And whoa, those are kind of large. Okay, because it's just as large as what I created here. So there's two ways you could change the size. One is to double click on the symbol to isolate it. Oops, I don't want to do that one because I used the sprayer tool there. Oops, they're all together now. Okay, so let me just do that. Okay, so I can double click here. So it tells me I'm about to edit the symbol. And so what I want to do, and you can see here's the registration mark here, and the symbol is still editable, so which is good. So I just want to make that smaller, kind of put that back in the center. Okay, so now it's symbol, and just to show you that not only is it editable, let me just put a little stroke around here, a little path. So now that will appear with the symbol too. So let me just go back. So now I'm here. And now when I drag the symbol, oops. Am I okay on the wrong layer? Now I drag the symbol. And you can see this little stroke is there also, and it's a smaller size. And let me go back to our symbol sprayer. Let's go to our stupendous sprayer tool. First S word. Okay, so you see it's smaller also, but also with the sprayer tool, you can see the little circle around it, which shows us the brush size. And I can use the bracket tool, just like we did with brushes, to make that smaller and create smaller tools there. Okay, now you have many options. Get rid of some of these things. So you have many options when you're using this. So if you double click here, another way you can change the size. So the third way to change the size is here. So I can make that 50. You can change the intensity, and also everything is fixed right now. But you can also set it to react to the stylus, the pressure, the stylus wheel, tilt, bearing, and rotation. We're going to stay with fixed for now because I got a lot of tools to get through. And pressure, you can do that on your own. I'll just show you the basics. Again, this is introduction, so I'm not really going into a lot of things. And I'm going to keep everything here at average. I'm not going to change anything. And also, you have a second way to get to your tools. So you can see, and also as this comes up, it gives you a hint of what these tools are because there's a lot of them. So we're going to get to those one by one. Okay, so I click OK. And, so we spray. So this is the sprayer tool. So I could change things, so again, in that option, so it's less dense. Okay, so now to see the higher number makes them more packed together. And you see it's changing interactively as I'm doing this. So because I have show brush, instead of preview, it says show brush size and intensity. Okay, so now that's it for the symbol tool. So let's get rid of all this stuff. Okay, so let's keep one because we can make use of that. So now let's go to, also there's a way to break the symbol. Before I get to that. If you use the direct selection tool, choose this whole group. If you choose the open one. Okay, so here's our one symbol here. That was the one I first created, my instance, I should say. And let's say I want to break this. So there's two ways to break it. I can go here and break link to symbol. And you see now we get our paths and that are back to us. And another way to break the link is to go to the control panel and click break link. And a third way is to go to object, expand, and it breaks the link. So 3 ways to break the link. And now, this is still an instance of the symbol. This is no longer an instance of the symbol. Okay. All right, so now let's go to, so we've done the sprayer tool. So now let's go to the shifter tool. So we have this suspended sprayer, and now we have the silly shifter. Okay, so now the shifter tool is going to change the direction. Let me show you. So it says hold down the shift key to bring symbol instances forwards, and hold down the shift option key to send the symbol instances backwards. Shift option key. So let's try that. So I'm going to hold down the shift key. So here's one that's behind. I have to select it first. Okay, so now I select it. So now I brought that apple forward. And if I hold down the shift option, it put those into the back. All right, so that's how that works. Now we are done with the shifter tool. And now let's go to the Sacroilious Scruncher. Obviously, those are not the real names. I'm just calling them that just to have some fun. Okay, so here's the scruncher tool. And let's see. Hold down the Option key to push simple instances away from the cursor. So now hold down the Shift key. Yep. Got to keep remembering to select this. Okay, so you see what's happening here. And the longer I held it down, the more some action was happening. All right. Okay, so I scrunched them all together, and that's hence the term scruncher tool. Okay, let's get this back unscrunched. Okay, good. So that is the scruncher tool. Okay, now let's move on to the scintillating sizer. Yep, so it's again, and it's a good thing to have these things here because it may not be always easy to remember everything that it does. So to hold down the Option key to decrease the size of simple instances, and hold down the Shift key to do density preserving scale. That's a tongue twister. And again, you could change things up here to fix, so you always can make changes. So again, we're going to keep them at their default so I can get through everything for today now. Okay, so here we are at the sizer. So hold down the Shift key and again, select. Thank you for these little reminders. Okay, so, oops, I lose the tool. Yes, I did. Okay, so now I have the tool. So now I'm just holding, and that resized it.